Imagine a world where a single flower bulb could buy you a mansion, where fortunes were made and lost overnight, not in the stock market, but in the tulip trade. This is the story of the Dutch Tulip Mania, a bizarre chapter in financial history that shows how human greed, speculation, and mass hysteria can turn even a flower into a gold mine and then into ashes. Stick around as we explore how tulips became more expensive than houses, what caused the madness, and what it still teaches us about bubbles, from real estate to cryptocurrency. Before we dive in, welcome to Histonomix, where history meets money. Here, we uncover the hidden stories behind the world's biggest financial booms, busts, and bubbles, and the timeless lessons they leave behind. If you love learning how human psychology, greed, and innovation shape our economies, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Let's rewind to the early 1600s. The Netherlands, or the Dutch Republic, was booming. It was the golden age of Dutch trade, science, and art. Amsterdam was becoming the world's first great financial center, with merchants growing rich from global trade, spices from Asia, silks from the East, and, surprisingly, flowers. Tulips had arrived in Europe from the Ottoman Empire a few decades earlier. They were unlike anything people had seen. Bright, exotic, and elegant. Owning tulips became a status symbol. Wealthy merchants planted them in their gardens to show off their sophistication and success. As tulips became fashionable, something strange happened. People started trading tulip bulbs, not for their beauty, but for profit. At first, it was a hobby for the wealthy. But soon, the middle class joined in: merchants, artisans, even farmers. Some rare tulip varieties, especially those with striking patterns caused by a viral infection, became extremely valuable. Names like Semper, Augustus, or Viceroy tulips were whispered like luxury brands. By the mid-1630s, tulip trading had turned into a frenzy. People weren't even trading the flowers anymore. They were buying futures contracts for bulbs that hadn't been dug up yet. Sound familiar? It's like today's speculative trading, only with flowers. Let's put this in perspective. A single rare tulip bulb could sell for 10 times the annual income of a skilled craftsman. Some reports say that at the peak, a single Semper Augustus bulb sold for the equivalent of a luxury canal house in Amsterdam. People traded bulbs in taverns, where beer-fueled excitement mixed with dreams of instant riches. No one wanted to miss out. As prices soared, even those who didn't understand the trade jumped in, believing the price would always go up. It became a social fever. Servants sold possessions to buy bulbs. Farmers mortgaged land. Housewives speculated on bulbs they never even saw. The tulip became the Bitcoin of the 17th century. But of course, every bubble bursts. In early 1637, buyers suddenly stopped showing up at tulip auctions. Maybe it was panic. Maybe people realized how absurd the prices had become. Whatever the reason, confidence evaporated overnight. Prices plummeted. Those who had bought bulbs at sky-high prices found no buyers. Contracts were defaulted on. Debts mounted. Fortunes vanished. Within weeks, tulip prices fell by over 90%. The once glamorous tulip trade was reduced to chaos and ridicule. Many lost everything, though. Interestingly, the overall Dutch economy survived, since tulip speculation was largely confined to a smaller part of society. So, why did it happen? At its core, tulip mania was a psychological bubble. People weren't buying tulips, they were buying dreams. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, drove people to invest without logic. Each buyer believed they could sell to someone else at a higher price. It was the same greater fool theory that drives bubbles even today, from the dot-com craze to crypto hype. Social proof made it worse. When everyone around you is getting rich, not joining in feels foolish. That's how rational people end up making irrational choices. Tulip mania became one of the earliest recorded examples of a financial bubble. It taught us timeless lessons. Speculation can distort value when prices rise because people expect them to keep rising, not because of real worth. Human psychology drives markets more than pure economics. Every generation repeats the same mistakes, just with different assets: tulips, railroads, tech stocks, real estate, or cryptocurrency. Even modern economists use tulip mania as shorthand for irrational market euphoria. So the next time you hear about a can't-lose investment, remember the tulip. Because whether it's 1,637 or 2025, the cycle of greed, fear, and hope hasn't changed all that much. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what modern market do you think is today's tulip mania.